Start the Ostwald's process. We have started already the nitric acid. We have read the preparation of nitric acid and whatever the factors and whatever the things affecting the formation of nitric acid in the lab preparation we have discussed with you. We are going to start the manufacture of nitric acid, that is the Ostwald's process. We have already done the Haber's process. Next process we are doing the Ostwald's process for the manufacture of nitric acid. Now, in the Ostwald process, what we are doing is that we are taking, that is basically ammonia. We will be taking it will be pure and dry ammonia. Remember that it should be pure and dry. Why pure? Why dry? Because if it is not pure, if it is impure, then the nitric acid prepared will again be impure, and again we have to go for purification of the nitric acid. So economically it is a loss for the industries. For that reason, the reactant always should be pure. Why dry? Because if it will be moist, then the moisture will absorb a lot of energy, because you know that water has got the highest specific capacity. Alright, it has got the highest latitude of vaporization. So hence it is going to absorb a large amount of energy, due to which is also it will be a loss for the industries. So for that particular reason, and moreover the nitric acid which will be prepared also it will not be pure. Alright. So for that reason it should be pure and dry. So next is what I am going to take is here is that air, or I should say directly oxygen. I am going to take it here. Clear? Achha. So I am taking ammonia and air. As you can see, I am drawing it schematic diagram and I am showing it to you. So we will take air or oxygen. This also should be pure. Air means that is oxygen. Better is to take oxygen which is pure. But the ratio is here by volume, which I am going to take is 1:10 by volume. The ratio by volume which I am going to take is 1:10. That means 1 part of ammonia and 10 part of air I am going to take it, 10 part of oxygen. Why? Because in this particular process, in the Ostwald process, you will see 3 steps are there. One is the catalytic chamber, got it? Second is the oxidation chamber. The third is the absorption tower. In all these 3, what you can say, processes, or all these 3 heads, oxygen is required. In all the 3 heads, oxygen is required. You will see, I write the equation, you will see that oxygen is required. So where from we will get oxygen in that particular time? So hence, from the beginning itself, we will be taking large amount of oxygen. So hence, for that reason, you will find it out, that is by volume, we are taking 1:10 by volume. So if you are taking 1 liter of ammonia, you will take 10 liter of oxygen, you will be taking it. Because as I said you, in all the 3 steps, in the catalytic chamber, in the oxidation chamber, in the absorption tower, in all the 3 steps, that is oxygen is required. So hence from the beginning itself, we are taking, because it's a manufacture, it's a process. So you have to take the reactant from the beginning itself. You cannot take in the middle somewhere, you will put it there. No, that's not possible. So what we will do is that we will first move to the, what I said, catalytic chamber. So I don't have the space here. So let me do one thing. Let me write it here X. Here X means, what is X here? Catalytic chamber. Catalytic chamber or catalytic tower or whatever it is. So in the catalytic chamber, what is going to happen? See the reaction. What is going to happen in the catalytic chamber? So here I have taken a catalyst which is electrically heated, and the temperature is maintained to 700 to 800 degrees centigrade temperature. What is that? Ammonia gas reacts with oxygen, which you get it from the air. It should be pure, in presence of PT as a catalyst. If PT is not available, you can take vanadium pentoxide, V2O5. V2O5, vanadium pentoxide, V2O5. You can take this as a catalyst if PT is not available. Alright, because generally PT is costly. And temperature is 700 to 800 degrees centigrade temperature. Alright, what is going to form here? NO plus water, and heat is being liberated. If you don't understand, I am writing it here, heat. The heat is liberated. That means it is an exothermic reaction. And this temperature is maintained here electrically. Electrically it is maintained in the particular tower. In the catalytic chamber it is maintained electrically. The temperature is. Alright? Achha. Now, next is you need to balance it. This one, 4NH3 plus 5O2 will give you 4NO plus 6H2O. Of course, 4NO is a gas and this is a liquid. We can see that. Now, what you find is that heat is liberated here. That means the reaction is exothermic. So for that reason, listen carefully. During this particular preparation in the catalytic chamber, whatever the heat is being given initially, further heating is not required. Further heating is not required. Whatever the heat you are giving initially, that heat only carries the reaction forward. Why? because heat is liberated in this particular reaction. So the heat which is being liberated, that only carries the reaction forward. Hence initial heating is required. After that further heating is not required. So if you are not taking what you can say dry reactant, water will be present and this moisture will absorb this heat. The moisture which will be present is going to absorb the heat, and hence further heating will be required. Again and again heating will be required. For that reason I said it's a loss for the industries. And moreover, water, it dissolves large amount of other substances also, which will make that is nitric acid impure. So to avoid all these things, we are taking pure and dry ammonia. That's it. Okay. So this is a reaction which is taking place in the catalytic chamber, which we have mentioned it here as X. Clear? Understood the reaction which is being taken? So this is a reaction which is being taken in the catalytic chamber. Now next, after that, before moving to the what you can say next chamber, that is the oxidation chamber, we are passing through Y. Now what is Y here? Y is nothing but the cooling fins. Cooling fins, we can say that, or cooling pipes, we can say cooling fins or cooling pipes, whatever you can say that. That means this cooling fins or cooling pipes are made of copper. Now why do we require it? Why do we require it? See, nitric oxide in the oxidation chamber combines with oxygen to form nitrogen dioxide. Alright, in the oxidation chamber it is being converted to nitrogen dioxide. So that also I'll write it down here. That is, let us say that one is Z. So Z is here nothing but oxidation chamber or oxidation tower. We can say that oxidation chamber. Alright. So in the oxidation chamber, what it happens is that what is the reaction is happening? I am writing the reaction here. NO gas plus O2 gas gives NO2 gas. 2NO gas gives 2NO2 gas. The temperature is maintained at 50 degrees Celsius. Why? Because if I don't lower down the temperature, because temperature was 700 to 800, if I don't lower down the temperature, what will happen is that nitric oxide will not combine with oxygen to form nitrogen dioxide. Rather, the reaction will become reversible. It will become reversible because nitrogen dioxide decomposes at higher temperature. Listen carefully, decomposes at higher temperature. The reaction becomes reversible. If at all some nitrogen dioxide will be formed, it becomes reversible. Number one. Point number two, what you will find is that what you can see is that this reaction which is being formed, it is an endothermic process. Nitric oxide plus reacts with oxygen to form nitrogen dioxide is an endothermic process. Heat is absorbed. Got it? But what I am doing? I am keeping the temperature 700 800. Means it is being large amount of heat I am giving. So do you think the reaction is going to take place in the forward direction? No, it is not going to take place in the forward direction. Got it? Rather the reaction will be reversed in the backward direction. So what is the use then? What is the use? If I get back again nitric oxide, what is the use? For that purpose, first I am passing through cooling fins. That is, I am passing through cooling fins this here. Cooling fins consist of what? Copper pipes. Or I should say, you can take copper tube and it is being packed over with ice. Or it is being packed over with ice. So ice, what it will do is that it will lower down the temperature of there is copper pipes. And when the gas will pass through it, which gas? Nitric oxide gas, when it will pass through it and oxygen will pass through it, then the heat will be absorbed by the copper, because copper is a good conductor of heat, and also by that particular ice which is being packed over copper, due to which the temperature will come down to around 50 degrees Celsius. Will come down to around 50 degrees Celsius. The temperature will come down to, due to which the decomposition of nitrogen dioxide will be prevented further. That means the reaction will not be favored in the backward direction. So for this reason, what we find is that we are lowering the temperature. First, the gas is passed through the cooling fins or the cooling pipes. Then after that, it is being passed in the oxidation chamber, where this reaction is taking place. You can see nitrogen dioxide is being formed. Got it now? What I said? Now you can see here in oxidation chamber also oxygen is used. In the catalytic chamber also oxygen is used. Now you are able to understand that why I have taken large amount of oxygen. Okay. Now, so oxidation chamber, what we got? We got nitrogen dioxide gas, we got it. Fine. After that, we need to go to the next tower. Let us say this one is what? X, Y, Z. Let us say this is W. So what is W here? What is W here? I need to rub this one. Then only I will be having the space. So W is here. Nothing but is the absorption tower. Is the absorption tower. W is your absorption tower. Now absorption tower is being packed with quartz in this way. This is absorption tower. It is being packed in this way with quartz. Quartz, you know, it's a rock. It's an acid resistant rock. Quartz. It's an acid resistant rock. Quartz. This is your absorption tower. And from top we are having small holes through which water is being sprayed inside the absorption tower. Water is sprayed through it. Water. It's being sprayed. Spray. We are doing the spray of water. We are passing. So water is percolating in this way through this, what you can say, through this absorption tower. The water percolates, and from here, from this, nitrogen dioxide gas comes. NO2 gas comes and it penetrates into the tower. Got it? So nitrogen dioxide gas, first it will go below, and then after that the nitrogen dioxide gas is going to rise. Not only nitrogen dioxide, along with oxygen, and what is present? Water, which is spraying it from above. Are you following? Absorption tower. In absorption tower, what is that? We are taking a tower which is being packed with quartz. Why quartz? Because quartz is an acid resistant rock. It's an acid resistant rock. For that reason quartz is taken. And in the quartz you can see when I am packing with quartz, so this spaces are there here. Got it? The space is being there. Through this space the water percolates because water is being sprayed from above. Water is percolating below. And the gases which is entering, which gas? Nitrogen dioxide and oxygen gas which is entering. First it goes below and after that it comes up. So when it comes up, the easy dissolution of nitrogen dioxide and oxygen takes place with water. So what I said, easy dissolution of nitrogen dioxide, oxygen takes place with water, and it results in the formation of nitric acid, that is HNO3. We can say that. You can balance it this particular equation. So in this way, easy dissolution of the gas takes place and nitric acid is being formed in this way. Got it? So whatever the gas is not dissolved, again it is being through here, the another opening is there through here, again it goes back to the catalytic, this here, it comes to X, from here it comes to X, and again it goes back to the cooling pipes, again it goes back to the oxidation chamber, and again it comes back to W, till all nitrogen dioxide oxygen mixes with water and it forms nitric acid. And dilute nitric acid is being collected here. Here the dilute nitric acid is collected in a tank below, and a tap is there, an opening is there through which nitric acid is being taken out. Alright, dilute nitric acid. Why do I say dilute nitric acid? Because water and spraying, na? So water reacts with nitrogen dioxide and oxygen to form nitric acid. I hope you understood, all of you. What I said, the uncombined nitrogen dioxide and oxygen, uncombined here, again it goes back to the oxidation chamber, then it goes back to the cooling fins, again it goes back, oxidation chamber I am saying, this is the catalytic chamber, it goes back to the cooling fins, again